and away we go.
Yes, that's exactly what I'm talking about.
I feel like Sonic the Hedgehog just doing a peel out. Hello everybody. So today I have a very different mode of transportation. As some of you might know from my earlier videos, I like to use an electric scooter, a small little Xiaomi, to get around. But right now it's a little bit under the weather. It actually needs the tires replaced. So I got my friend Cameron over here. Hi there. Who's letting me try out his GoPro Titan. Now this is a big boy over here. This is not a toy. Not that mine is, but this one is way more serious than my scooter is. So today I'm just trying out this scooter to see how it rides, and I'm getting a little feel for how it does comparing to mine. Now, right out of the gate, I can tell you that this one is a beast comparing to mine. Power-wise, performance, acceleration, it just blows mine out of the water. For comparison's sake, mine is a single motor that's 250 watts. This one, on the other hand, is two motors, one in each tire. That is 800 watts each. It's crazy. With the push of this button over here, you can switch from a single motor operation to two motors, and damn man, when the battery is fully charged up, even when you're going up a hill, it just shoots you straight up there. It's insane. It's amazing how fast it accelerates and just keeps you going. Now, my scooter goes maximum top speed on full power mode at a breezy 25 kilometers an hour. This one, on the other hand, goes as fast as 50 kilometers an hour, so double the speed. I rarely imagine needing that, but at least I wouldn't be stuck on using sidewalks all the time. I could actually go on a main road, not highways of course, but as far as keeping up with regular traffic, this scooter would have no problem with that at all. So no more having to deal with the underpass and the overpass and all that. Just stick with the traffic on the main road and pretend you're a motorcycle or, you know, like a gas-powered scooter, while being friendly to the environment by not having any exhaust emissions, charging it up at home overnight, and then taking it out the next day again. It's got a really crazy range of 50 kilometers. So again, that's about double of what mine can go. The Xiaomi is rated to go at up to 30 kilometers on paper, but in reality, it's more like about 25. That's if you use the battery save option. But this one can easily take you twice as far and twice as fast, so it's really no contest. Now, the price, of course, is also roughly double of mine, but you know, that's something that you would expect. And then so is the weight. This one weighs 29 kilograms, which is a little more than double of what mine weighs, but that's for two big reasons. One is because, of course, the battery and the motors are way bigger and heavier. That's why you get so much range and power. But also because this one has really advanced suspension system. So even though this scooter on both ends has solid tires, which by the way will never go flat like mine did. That's why mine is not available right now. So yeah, because of these crazy suspensions, you'll get a really way more smooth ride than mine can ever give. So when you're going over bumps or when you're going on a curb or whatever, it's just fine. Basically, comparing to mine, it's buttery smooth. So that's a big advantage. Even though mine has inflatable tires, this one's solid. Still, there's really no contest when it comes to the smoothness. The scooter, however, doesn't come without some minor drawbacks, which I guess is basically due to a learning curve that I have to kind of relearn a little bit of how the scooter operates. And because, as you can see, these tires are so wide comparing to mine, which is like maybe half the width of this one, maybe even less than that. So because of that, it handles quite differently on uneven terrain. So when you're going like on a slopey terrain, or when there are some bumps, or when the terrain is not smooth, just generally, then you're gonna have to be a little bit more careful with this one, and to make sure that you're not gunning it all the way forward, because even on a slight turn, you might end up wiping out, and nobody wants that. course, you always have to wear a helmet, but that goes without saying. Any scooter or any vehicle that you ride on, unless you're inside a car, of course, but you should always have proper precautions and always wear a helmet. This is the one that I use for my scooter. Cameron uses something a little bit more advanced. This one here is basically a motorcycle helmet. But that's because these beasts over here, they can go as fast as a motorcycle can on a road. So you definitely have to take proper precautions. I think I've talked enough about this one. Now let's take it for a ride. All right, let's see how this thing accelerates. So that right there was from a standing position using a single motor. Now let's try the same thing with using dual motors. Damn, I could tell you that this one, when you put it on 2 motors and you start from a standing position, then you feel like Sonic the Hedgehog just doing a peel out. Wow, man, this thing is fast. All right, so let's see how this thing goes in first person view mode. Wow, this thing is a blast to drive. So I don't know if it was possible to see from the video, but I was also pressing the mode button, which switched the gear. So this thing actually has 3 gear settings to it. So when the battery is low, you're not going to be able to hit maximum speed, but let me tell you, this still kicks ass right now. And the control is pretty good. And you know what? The things that I was telling you before about the wide tire not being so comfortable comparing to what I'm used to, as I mentioned before, it's really a matter of a learning curve, and I'm already feeling kind of a little bit more confident with it. So with a little bit of practice, considering how good the suspension is, this is a really comfortable ride in almost any situation. Yeah, when you're going on a slanted road, for example, then it might be a little off. Or when you're tilting your body to the side, then it's also going to feel a little bit differently. But it's really good. I really can't complain about it because, you know, these are solid tires, puncture proof. They will last essentially forever. They have very good traction. And overall, yeah, this is a really nice ride. One of the biggest highlights, as I mentioned before about the scooter, is the suspension. It's really crazy. Just look how bouncy this thing is. You could just bounce on this thing and not have to worry about the bumps, because your legs are not going to get tired, your spine is going to be feeling a lot better for it. Let me tell you, when you're spending a long time on a scooter without suspension, your body feels it afterwards. So this one is going to be a lot better for you in that regard as well. Big thumbs up from me. Definitely gets my official seal of approval. So that right there is what I was talking about. There was some uneven terrain, and when I was going on a turn, I was going maybe about 25 kilometers an hour or so, and I felt the rear of the scooter kind of slipping back a little bit to the side, kind of doing a bit of a fishtail. So definitely have to be careful about that when you're doing a turn on uneven terrain. That's the one area that it's definitely not quite as good as some other scooters out there, but don't let that distract you from considering this one, because in almost every other case, except for this rare occasion, this is a really solid ride. No matter what, you're not going to regret it. So this scooter right here can be yours depending on which model you choose for. There is a single motor option or the 2 motor option. The single motor version of the scooter starts at 37,000 pesos, and the dual motor version of the scooter goes to 49,000 pesos. So there is a a bit of a price difference, but besides the extra power that you get, you also get better brakes on the dual motor version of the scooter. So there's something to consider. I will link all the information about this scooter and the company in the description below, so you can get in touch with Cameron, and then you can go through all the finer details of the pros, the cons, the different models that are available, and you can definitely find a scooter for yourself. So one other thing that is definitely worth mentioning is that all of these scooters are typically foldable, but they all have a different mechanism that gets them to fold. Some are actually pretty difficult to get to work because the crank could be really stiff. It could be very difficult sometimes. This one actually is really super easy. So you have to just open up this lever, which takes almost no effort at all, and then pull down this lever here, just a little bit, until it clicks in. Once you feel that click, that's it, it's done. And then you can just use this as a handle, and then you could also get these additional little trolley wheels on the bottom, so you could just roll it around like this, like a suitcase luggage. And even though the scooter itself is quite heavy, when you have it rolling on wheels like this and you pulling it by handle, it's really not a problem at all. So you can get it inside the store, you can go into the train, take it anywhere with you. It makes this thing that much more portable. So it's a big advantage to have. So I walked away from that scooter thoroughly impressed. I thought it was a very powerful machine that will really get the job done when it comes to getting you around the city in a very effective way, where you can stay on the roads and go with the rest of the traffic flow. And to prove that point, I also wanted to share some of these photos. I think it also gives some detail on the quality craftsmanship that the scooter is made out of. The details are really good, the parts are really sturdy, it's very well built, and I think that for anybody who decides to buy one of these, it's going to last quite a long time. So it's a very good long-term investment that I would thoroughly recommend if you're looking for this sort of thing. So after coming home tonight from trying out the scooter, I've given it a long hard look objectively at all the pros and also all the cons. That the scooter comes with. So there are definitely a lot of things to be said about it. Overall, it's a very high performance machine, and I'm really curious what you guys think about it. So please comment down below if you're actually considering getting this scooter. And also, I would like to know what you think about this new format of me making reviews of products. This is something that I'm planning to do more of in the future, of reviews of my gadgets, my cameras, my other gear like my drones and stuff, my own scooter as well, of course. So I'm interested in knowing if you enjoyed this kind of format, so please comment on that as well. So this is me signing off. So if you like this video, please hit the like button, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and you'll be having more videos coming at you from the Time Lapse Traveler.